Hello everybody, and welcome back to Steven's Fight Show. Alright, so in this video, we're going to be talking about the heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury is currently the best heavyweight in the world right now. He's currently the WBC heavyweight champion, and he's beaten many tough fighters like Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder. He's a 6'9" heavyweight boxer that can pretty much almost do it all. He's big, quick, powerful, skillful, and very intelligent inside of the boxing ring. And many people, including himself, consider him to be the greatest heavyweight of all time. He's taken numerous tough fights throughout his entire career to show that he's not only the best now, but he's also the best in history. So in his next fight, surely we'll see him fight somebody that is extremely tough, skilled, powerful, and can actually give him a challenge that satisfies his soul. And ladies and gentlemen, you won't believe it. He's fighting somebody that is unbelievable. This guy is extremely dangerous, and he has a close to 100% chance of beating Tyson Fury. He's one of the best heavyweights ever, and he's totally not some dude that Tyson Fury has fought 8 years ago and smoked him twice. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. It's Derek Chisora! Yeah. Bro, who am I kidding? This fight is literally pointless. Alright, so if you haven't been keeping up with Tyson Fury's next fight, I mean, I don't blame you, but he will be facing Derek Chisora for the 3rd time in his career. And many fans throughout the entire world, including myself, have the same opinion about this fight. And before I go on, a disclaimer for this video, I might sound like a Tyson Fury hater in this video, to which I am not. If anything, I actually admire the dude a lot. But there are literally millions of boxing fans out there that are pissed about this fight happening. And it's no surprise for obvious reasons. Derek Chisora is a good boxer, but he's nowhere near the top of the heavyweight division. When we're talking about Tyson Fury fighting the top fighters, we're talking about a potential fight between Alexander Usyk for all the belts. Even a fight with AJ would even be a good fight, considering AJ has lost 2 out of his last 3 fights. A fight with Joe Joyce would be nice. A fight with Andy Ruiz Jr. would even be nice. Or even a 4th fight with Wilder would even be valid. But nope, he chooses a man that he previously has beaten twice, and both of those fights were not close at all. The only reason you would give Chisora another opportunity like this is if he's been winning fights against top level fighters. And Tyson Fury continuously keeps bringing up the fact that Chisora gave Usyk a tough fight to justify why this fight is happening. And legit, I've lost so many brain cells listening to Tyson Fury explain why this fight should be considered a competitive fight. Yes, Chisora did give Usyk a tough fight, but he didn't win. He didn't beat Usyk. So why is he getting a shot at Tyson Fury? Are we awarding Chisora a title fight out of pity for giving Usyk a hard fight? This is literally ridiculous, and you know what's even crazier? We obviously know that Tyson Fury normally contradicts himself. Like, if you were to go on YouTube right now and search up a video compilation of Tyson Fury contradicting himself, you'll honestly be amazed of the BS that he says. And you know what the funny part is? He keeps mentioning that he wants to make history as the only heavyweight to have 2 trilogies, and that's why he's doing this fight. And I'm sorry, but I don't understand how this fight can be more important than you fighting to become undisputed, fighting the best in your division, and fighting to become the best heavyweight of all time. This fight does nothing for his legacy. It does not prove anything at all. His last fight against Dillian Whyte was also somewhat pointless as well, even though I believe it was a mandatory fight. I genuinely don't understand how Tyson Fury thinks. Like, the things he's done after knocking out Dillian Whyte are bizarre. I mean, ever since he beat Dillian Whyte, he's called out Alexander Usyk, AJ, Francis Ngannou, and even Thor. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Thor, the strongman. He's retiring because he's made a promise to his wife that he wouldn't fight anymore, but then he unretires like 2 days later, talking about he has unfinished business. He says, "I don't care about the money" in countless interviews, but then he would unretire for $500,000 to box. He's legit unretired and retired for 800 million times. And I know everybody remembers this. Remember when he posted that video on his Instagram talking about how Isaac Lowe was going to be his trainer? Like, at that point, I was there like, bro, what is actually going on with this man? Like, the dude is constantly indecisive. Like, he can't make up what he wants. I'm actually glad that he got called out by an interviewer who I really look up to, and his name is True Jordy. He did an interview with Tyson Fury and called him out for everything that the fans have been saying about this fight. And during the interview, Tyson Fury was just being in denial about everything when he was being put on the spot. There was a whole lot of contradiction as well, and the things he said in that interview didn't even make sense. And I'll put it this way. All I know is that Tyson Fury is great. He's one of the most gifted boxers of all time. I mean, to be a man that is that big, that possesses that kind of skill, and can move like a welterweight on his feet. That's a type of talent that we don't normally see, and it's just a shame that we don't get to see it being displayed against other people who are great as well. And this is a little off topic, but this is one of the reasons why boxing is getting killed against MMA and the UFC. The best simply just run from each other in this industry. Alright, so now that I've got my rant about this fight out of the way, let's speak about the fight and the careers of both men. So Tyson Fury, before making quick work of Dillian Whyte, had engaged in a trilogy with, in my opinion, the hardest puncher in heavyweight boxing history, Deontay Wilder. And it was an absolutely epic rivalry. Both men who clearly had some type of animosity towards each other went at it for 3 straight fights, which we don't normally see in boxing today. And skill-wise, it wasn't even close between both fighters. However, Wilder has something that acts as an equalizer, and it's his God-given power. It's pretty much the eraser. Any round or mistake that he's made prior to landing a knockout punch has been erased since he's landed that punch. In the first fight, he almost put Fury away in the 12th round, but Fury miraculously survives. And in the third fight, he caught Fury multiple times, but it wasn't the same as when he caught him in the first fight. And obviously they went back and forth until Fury finished him. And I think Tyson Fury's greatest performance in terms of achievement and accolades has to be his win over Vladimir Klitschko. However, in the second fight against Wilder, I think that was his best performance in terms of boxing ability. It was the most dominant performance of his career, and he walked down the power puncher and bullied him. No one that has been in the ring with Wilder has made him look so uncomfortable and worried as how Fury did. The way he put it on Wilder in that fight was incredible, and fans absolutely enjoyed every bit of that rivalry. Derek Chisora has been on an up and down battle in the last few years of his career. He got finished by Dillian Whyte, he lost to a decision against Usyk, and lost to Joseph Parker twice. In terms of skill in the boxing ring, he's not the greatest, but the best thing about him is that he's a dog. He's willing to come and fight every single time when he needs to. The dude is also willing to fight anybody in the world, like he just doesn't care. And this is why so many people are fans of Derek Chisora. They respect him as a fighter because he's not willing to back down from anyone, unlike some people. He wasn't in title contention before this fight, and he's not at the top of the heavyweight division. If anything, he's more of a gatekeeper now. Alright, so now let's discuss about how this fight is going to go down. So now let's discuss how the fight is going to go down, because I genuinely don't know who's going to win. Like, this fight is so close that literally any man could win. Yeah, that's what we want to say when we see Tyson Fury in a competitive fight, because this ain't it. So like I mentioned earlier, these two have fought each other twice. The first fight ended via decision towards Tyson Fury, and in the second fight, Chisora retired on the stool. And since then, both fighters have evolved. Well, mainly Tyson Fury, because he went on to become a 4-belt champion and one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today. He did change his style, where back in the day he was more of an elusive and a feint heavy boxer who would just pick you apart with punches, where he would just stick and move. However, now there's been a switch in his style ever since he started training with Sugar Hill. And there's an element of the Kronk style to his game now. He's more on the front foot now, where he's sitting down on his punches and throwing more volume. The trade-off for it is that I don't think defensively he is as mobile and as agile as he used to be. I think he's a bit more of a stationary target now, where he doesn't move as much as he used to. But at the same time, it isn't entirely bad, because he's been finishing people ever since. His last 3 fights have ended in the finish. And Derek Chisora is pretty much almost the same fighter as he is now compared to back then. He's a very pressure heavy fighter. He's almost like a slugger in the boxing ring. He rips the body very well. He does a fairly good job of staying off the center line. He's got a good stiff jab. He's got raw power. And he's also a bit of an awkward fighter. His hand placement is strange at times when he employs the cross-arm guard, but his biggest weapon is the overhand right. He's put so many people to sleep with that punch, and he sets that punch up very well. However, the thing about this fight is that that's pretty much the only way I see him beating Tyson Fury. Like, can you imagine that? An overhand right from hell from Derek Chisora, and Fury goes out cold. Like, bro, the arena would legit explode if that happens. Tyson Fury can show up with one eye, one arm, and a broken rib, and still outbox Chisora to a decision. That's how big of a skill gap there is in this fight. And to summarize it all, Chisora, in my opinion, does not have the style to even compete with Fury. I think this fight is going to be similar to how it went in Fury's last fight against Dillian Whyte. The size difference is huge in this fight, and I don't think Derek Chisora is going to be able to get a hold of Fury. I think Fury will outclass him in every category, and wherever the fight goes, Fury will control the fight there. It doesn't matter if it's at range or in the clinch. So I think Tyson Fury will finish Derek Chisora inside 6 rounds. rounds. I think Chisora will start off the fight fast and try to make it a bit of a brawl. He's going to stick his head into Fury's chest and rip the body and try to land the overhand right. But I think Tyson Fury is going to weather the storm and keep the fight at range where he'll continuously catch Derek Chisora coming in. And I think Chisora will run into a punch, and that's how this fight is going to end in my opinion. Chisora, he loves to level change, which can be a good thing, but not in this fight, because when he drops his head, I think Tyson Fury will throw an uppercut and drop Chisora. Or I can see Tyson Fury pushing Chisora into the ropes where he'll throw hard combinations at Chisora. Since Chisora pretty much has concrete feet and he likes to stay on the ropes, eventually he'll get caught and the fight gets stopped. Those are the only two ways I see this fight ending. I don't think it will go to a decision. Chisora might land a few shots and have a few moments here and there, but he's not skilled enough to make Fury work like that towards a decision. And that's why I think Tyson Fury is just going to dominate this fight. And that is it, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening to what I have to say, and let me know, who do you have winning, Tyson Fury or Derek Chisora? Who should Tyson Fury fight next after this fight? Drop a comment and let me know in the comment section down below. Now, if you guys enjoy content that is related to combat sports, please drop a like on this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel down below. That would be greatly appreciated. And other than that, it's been Steven, signing out. Peace.